it's definitely something I want to, because obviously I don't want to just follow something that's not
Part of your
100%
culture.
true.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Okay. So my first question, which kind of came up because of a conversation with my parents, because I know I was talking to my dad and he was basically making the claim. And see, I don't even know, because I know, when I consult myself or whatever, I always think that, Islam and Christianity, like there's one God only. Like that is my belief.
Yeah.
And my question is like, do you think that, the God, like not Jesus, but like the God of Christianity and like the God, in Islam are like the same, but just have different interpretations? Or do you think they're two completely like different?
Different gods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Easy, simple formula to this is what do we Muslims call God?
Allah.
Allah. And what do Christians call God?
God. Or Yahweh.
Okay. What would Jesus call God? What would Jesus call God? In Aramaic.
God?
1 second. Let me do this as we
God
go
the
along.
Father?
All right. The Father. No. See, if Jesus spoke Aramaic, yeah. So Aramaic, I don't want to say something that isn't true. Aramaic word for God, if I'm not wrong, is Ella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's just see. Right. So there are two words for God in Aramaic, El and Allaha. Right. So Elahi is biblical Aramaic. Allaha is Syriac Aramaic. All right. So you can hear the similarity here. Allah, Allah, Allaha. These are the Aramaic, which are cousin language to the Arabic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you read an Arabic Bible, what's God called in the Arabic Bible? Allah. You speak to Arab Christians, they will call God Allah. They will say Inshallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. They will say the same.
Yeah.
So what happens is you take a word from a region and you give it like an English kind of God kind of meaning, and everything else sounds alien. Allah, it sounds like Krishna, Vishnu. No.
Yeah, because like all languages have their different thing. Like Spanish, it's like Dios,
Yeah, Dios, Dieu in French, yeah. But Dios in Portuguese, I think. But the point here is this. From where Jesus came from that area, God was known as Allah, Allah, and Allaha. Okay. So we can see straight away there's no alien sounding name Allah anymore, because this is what Jesus would call God. Yeah. So your question is the God of Islam, and I think this is an easy way to put the question, is the God of Muhammad the same God of Abraham? Now, we as Muslims believe there's only one God. Yeah, we believe there's only one creator. We believe that creator created Adam, sent Noah, Abraham, Moses, David, Elijah, Aaron, Jesus, and Muhammad. So, and again, see what happens is you saying like Moses, Jesus, Abraham. It all sounds kind of Englishy, and then you say Muhammad. It sounds like you know what I mean. But if you say their names in their language, Abraham is Ibrahim, yeah, Ibrahim. Moses is Musa, and Jesus is Isa. John the Baptist, John is Yahya, because the idea that you can get this kind of country with all these kind of Western sounding names, Peter and John, and do you know what I mean? Paul. It's like, come on,
yeah.
You're in the Middle East here. All right. So again, it's another way of trying to make Islam sound really alien. So everything else sounds Englishy. Abraham, Muhammad. But when you say Ibrahim, and then you say Muhammad, and then you say Isa, and then you say Musa, and then you say Yahya, then you say Dawood, then all of a sudden, it's kind of sounding the same. So, so I'll tell you what we Muslims believe. We believe there's only one God, and we believe all the messengers were sent by God with one message, and that was to worship, to submit and surrender their will to God. Yeah, to know that God is one, worship Him. Noah preached that. Moses preached that. Jesus preached that. And Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, preached that. So again, Islam, it sounds so alien. You know, Jews and Christians, and then Islam. But here's how you have to think about it. All the other religious names, Christianity is named after the Christians. The Christians are those who follow the Christ. Christianity was a derogatory term used for those who followed the Christ. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So I mean, the N word for black people, right?
Yeah.
Christianity was the C word used for people who followed this Christ. It was a mocking. You know what I mean? Jesus didn't say we're Christians. You know, they were abused and mocked as this name, and then they took upon this name themselves. Yeah. So most religions are named after places or people or such. Now, Islam is named after the action. So what Islam means, submission and surrender to God. A Muslim is the one who submits and surrenders to God. So an easy question to ask at this point is, what was the religion of Abraham, according to what you believe right now? And this is a good question for your pastor.
What was the religion of Abraham?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm writing these as well, so I can't forget.
Yeah, cool. No problem.
All right.
So how would you answer that question? What was the religion of Abraham?
I mean, I know a lot of different people in the Bible were, not so much like, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I mean, you'd want to say just like the oneness of God, but also like
No, you really want to say Jewish. You really want to say
Jesus.
Jewish. If you ask any Christian this question, they'll say Jewish. You ask any Christian this question, they'll say Jewish. If you ask what Abraham's religion is, they'll say Jewish. And the problem they'll have with that is that the Jews are from Judah. Judah's from Jacob. Jacob is from Isaac. Isaac is from Abraham. So the Jews, this religion doesn't exist for 4 generations. So he can't be Jewish. So what was his religion? Now, his religion is a very simple one: submission and surrender to God. When Abraham told him, when God told him to go sacrifice his son, he didn't hesitate. He surrendered his will, his ego to that of his creator. So, and like I said to you, that in itself is what's called Islam in Arabic. Now, if in English, when you do an action, so if you talk, you're a talker. Or if you walk, you're a walker. If you work, you're a worker. You put ER under at the end of the word to show you're doing it. Yeah. So in Arabic, you put mu in front of the word. So the adhan, the call to prayer. Yeah. The one who does that is a muadhin. Muadhin, the one who calls to prayer. One who does prayer. Now the prayer is salah. Yeah. The one who does the prayer is a musalla. A musalla is the one who does the prayer. Okay. The one who does Islam is a mu'islam or Muslim. Yeah. So by this definition, we believe all the prophets of God were Muslim.